After my last video, a lot of people started commenting something along the lines of PETG prints so well that I've completely switched from PLA, or PETG is objectively better than PLA in every way. Polymaker released a new PETG formula that claims better layer adhesion and easier printing, and Bambu Lab replaced their entire PETG basic line with a new high flow formula. So this leads me to the question, is PETG finally better than PLA, and what are the differences between Polymaker's and Bambu Lab's offerings? All the prints were done using the manufacturer's recommended settings in Bambu Studio. And the first thing I wanted to look at was the print speed. Older PETG printed noticeably slower than PLA, but when I compared the profiles side by side, both the new PETG filaments printed at almost the exact same speed as PLA. The next question is more important. How good do the prints actually look, and are they accurate? I printed the same box in all three filaments. Take a second and decide which one looks best to you. And here's another example. This parts tray. So, which one do you think looked the best? A, B, or C? If you guess C, our opinions align. A is the Polymaker PETG, B is the Bambu Labs PETG HF, and C is the Bambu Labs Matte PLA. Across all my prints, a very clear pattern appeared. PLA consistently had the cleanest surfaces, the sharpest details, and almost no stringing or defects. While Polymaker's PETG printed overall very well, but it always had a glossy finish and occasionally showed small gloopy defects near the seams and top surfaces. The Bambu Labs PETG HF also prints very well, but I noticed small bubbles on the surface, so it seems to be much more moisture sensitive. I also printed a calibration cube to put their accuracy to the test. It's supposed to be 25 millimeters. But here all the cubes had pretty much the same tolerances and they all get a pass on accuracy. Bridging test. Next I tested bridging performance. Both PETG filaments actually performed very well with bridging. The bridges were relatively clean and almost the same as PLA. Large print test. To evaluate how these filaments behave with large prints, I printed several mushroom models. Both PETG filaments performed surprisingly well. Surface quality was good with only minor visible defects. I also tested additional colors of Bambu Labs PETG HF by printing this table trash bin with a column pattern. When compared side by side with the PLA version, the PETG version shows slightly more stringing in the details. But overall the print quality remains strong. Reliability and ease of use. This is where PLA always had a massive advantage. PLA is extremely forgiving. I can leave it sitting in my AMS for months and it almost always prints perfectly. PETG has historically been much more sensitive, especially to moisture, and this is still true. Both PETG filaments definitely benefit from being kept dry. However, there was a big difference between the two PETGs. Polymaker's new formula was extremely reliable regarding bed adhesion. I didn't have a single print that failed during my testing. Meanwhile, Bambu Labs PETG HF was not reliable. I had several prints detach from the print bed or fail during the first layer, which required restarting the print. Strength test. Next I tested strength, and this might be one of the main reasons people use PETG. I printed this triangular tube with a 1.8 millimeter wall thickness and tried standing on top of it. First, let's test the PLA version. I stood on it and it broke. Next, Bambu Labs PETG. I stood on it and it failed just as fast as PLA, but smashed into 1,000 pieces while the PLA fractured along the layer lines, showing that it has better layer adhesion than the matte PLA. And last, the Polymaker PETG. I stood on it and nothing happened. Well, let me try jumping on it. Still no break. You can see it's flexing, but I couldn't break it. Heat resistance. PLA starts softening around 55 to 60 degrees Celsius, while PETG holds its shape for closer to 80 degrees Celsius. That improvement will make a big difference when printing something that needs to sit in the sun all day like car parts. But it's still far from engineering filaments like nylon that can easily hold 100 degrees Celsius under load. Chemical resistance. At least on paper, PETG is supposed to be much more chemically and UV resistant. But in my real world testing, I found that most household chemicals don't affect PLA at all. Even these PLA parts left in plant soil, watered with chemical fertilizers, showed no sign of wear and tear after almost 2 years of consistent use. So in practice, PLA is much more durable than the reputation seems to suggest. After all these tests, is PLA outdated? Not really. PLA still produces the best surface quality, sharpest details, and it's by far the easiest to print. For me, I won't be switching to PETG as my default filament. I will keep my colors and default as PLA for crisp and nice looking 3D prints. But if I ever need something tough, I will definitely grab a new roll of Polymaker's PETG. And at around 20 euros per kilogram, it's affordable enough that I won't think twice about it. If you know of any other filament that prints cleaner than PLA or any other brand really stands out to you, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video and have a nice day. Bye!